Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to an all new episode of Point of View. We have a lot to catch up on, but first, we want to welcome our special guest co hosts, Willie, Montague, and Reed.
Welcome back.
Welcome, y'all.
Thank you.
Coming up on today's show, we're breaking down why the rising price of eggs has everyone talking. And later, have you heard of an inconvenient boycott? Well, it all started at Target, and we have all of the details coming up in Unpopular Opinion. So stay tuned, join the discussion. This is POV. So y'all know we love keeping you in the loop with some of the wildest stories. But tell me, what logical reason could someone possibly have for stealing eggs? Well, in Pennsylvania, some bold thieves who are still on the loose ran off with over 100,000 eggs straight from the back of a distribution trailer. Authorities say the haul was worth around $40,000 and the investigation is still ongoing. Where are they keeping 100,000 eggs? What y'all think?
Black market.
Spice Bowl.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Because what do you $100,000 worth of eggs?
Do you know the price of eggs right
They said that, so let
Yeah.
me be quiet because I don't
No,
know.
when it said it was worth about $40,000 and it was 100,000 eggs, but I caught you when you said
The spicy balls?
But what's so funny about that is if you're not from the South, you probably don't know what a spicy bowl is unless you be, going down the rabbit hole on TikTok.
Yes.
But it would really be probably a good idea for them to put them in spicy bowls because that vinegar is gonna preserve
now?
the
Us
eggs.
what a spicy bowl is. Is that the eggs that they keep at the gas station? No. The little red stuff?
No, baby.
The red
no,
jar?
baby.
No, is that?
Real good spicy bowl is the
Okay.
pickle sausage, the
Oh,
pickle
that's-
eggs with the jalapenos and the pickles and all that.
Banana peppers,
Where do they
pickles,
keep this?
seasoning.
So they selling on.
They sell this? Oh, they sell it on black market.
No, it's
Black
not on
market.
the black. It's at
Y'all, I'm
the
100,000 eggs gonna be on the black market.
I'm so confused now.
Listen, so a lot of people think that this has got to be an inside job.
Yeah.
And I have to say that I want to agree because where are you storing 100,000 stolen
100,000
eggs?
eggs.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to refrigerate eggs, to be honest. I mean, eggs don't have to be restored. We only refrigerate eggs because that's our common practice. Most people keep eggs on the counter, real eggs.
This is true.
Oh, wow.
So they don't even
Wow.
have to
Didn't
be
know that.
refrigerated. So they can have that 100,000 eggs sitting
Anywhere.
in
No.
Well,
Those
not
eggs
anywhere,
need to
but-
be refrigerated because them eggs came off a trailer. They was probably already
refrigerated.
refrigerated.
Yeah, if that's the
Probably,
case,
yeah,
yeah, then
cooler.
they do need to do. Somebody about to have E. coli, salmonella, a bowl.
Oh, no.
So y'all stay away. Y'all getting ready. That's gonna be the next chicken virus coming out.
Not
Oh, don't say
chicken
that. We
virus.
rebuke that.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
do you guys think that this new bird flu scare is one of the major reasons behind the price hike? Or could it be one of the reasons why they done stole these eggs? What if these was bird flu eggs?
Ooh.
Don't
so they
start
was
me to
trying to save people.
Maybe.
Don't start. My mind already got a lot in it.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. The prices of eggs is way too high. I probably would have stole them too.
Well,
I'm vegan. I don't eat it, so it don't make a difference to me.
I eat eggs.
So,
if you got them,
there's alternatives.
They gonna need
Not
to
call
they
me.
gonna need to put those eggs on Facebook Market and everywhere else on it because they got to get them off their hands quick.
Right.
But Willie, my question is, do you think that we will see an increase in crimes related to food because of the new tariffs?
Okay, so let's talk about yikes. Let's talk about tariffs. The tariffs have already been reversed. The only tariffs that is left is on China, but Mexico and Canada's tariffs have been reversed. So I don't think we're going to see an increase in prices across the board. But like anything that shifts when you talk about economy, is that you'll see a spike. That's like you see when it happened with Trump getting elected. You saw the increase or the incline of the stock market, and it went a decline. So I think things are going to pan. I think people need to calm down and stop making this orange man bad and realize that this is how the economy works.
Orange man bad.
Lord,
Okay.
well, it don't sound like you a friend today. You calling them orange.
Exactly. So do you like them or you don't?
Let's
All right. That's a subject for another day. All right.
I don't know. I've been watching eggs, butter, bread, everything else. These children in my house trying to eat me out of house and home. So I am well aware of the price of eggs, and they need to holler at me.
Yeah.
You know, and if they can get them off their hands in the next day or two after that, I don't want them.
And that they clean, got no viruses to it.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, so this next story is heartbreaking. Memphis police have arrested a 45-year-old man by the name of James Booth after a newborn baby was found in a dumpster behind a Shell gas station. Booth and a 16-year-old girl who had just given birth were on their way to a hospital when the baby was discovered. Allegedly, they've been in a relationship for 3 years, and authorities believe Booth placed the infant in the dumpster right after the birth.
Jesus.
My thing is this: why did he throw the baby in a dumpster? You could have just left the baby at the hospital. Just left him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the story is kind of, progressing in real time.
Yeah.
So I don't think they made it to the hospital because there were a few different claims that, there was a call made from an apartment complex that,
Okay.
a minor was giving birth and,
Oh my God.
then
Oh
somehow
my
he
God.
got the baby ended up in a dumpster. So, and then there's other story saying that they were on their way to the hospital
Yeah.
and she gave birth. This is insane.
Remember, this is actually how trafficking looks. So, everyone out there, trafficking is not like the movie Taken. So it's not that they put you in a truck and tell you can literally. There was a story here recently where there was a child that was trafficked, or a young girl her age trafficked, but she would go home every single day. And so it doesn't mean that the person keeps you in a basement. So this
Yeah.
could be a case of trafficking. I think he just needs to be castrated and rolled out. That's fine.
Well, I heard you
First
say
of
that
all,
word a
I-
few times. Boy, you
Well, if they out
everybody-
here with these kids, they need
Yeah,
to have,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
they,
he is a
they-
nasty man.
I never heard that. I never even knew that trafficking could be. You can go home every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trafficking is not
never-
like the movie Taken. That's how come we end up with so many missing children.
Right.
Because we're in our heads thinking that somebody in a van
Yeah.
is taking them and they're out here in the middle of the ocean. No, they can be next door and come home every single night and go to school and just be home next door playing with Johnny.
Oh
but
my
Johnny
God.
could be there, but Johnny's father could be the person that is trafficking. So that's
my
how it
God.
actually works. So it's
my
it's a
God.
lot deeper than just me taking a kid in the bottom of a basement. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, this is really disturbing. But
Yeah.
Booth, who was initially charged with abuse of a corpse, now faces additional charges, including rape of a minor.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see how this story is going to play out. I feel like we've heard a lot of different stories like this over the years, even like in real life. This
Right.
happens so often, and it's so sad to think about. Even these children, and what Willie was saying. This literally can be happening like next door.
Yeah.
He was a maintenance man in an apartment complex, and so a lot of the tenants were speaking out, and they were saying that he's in their house, of course, fixing things all the time, and he's around their kids, and he's so polite, and they really like didn't see this coming at all.
It's
Like,
always
bingo.
people say that the nicest people, or they didn't know they were like that. It's always those type of people. That's scary.
But you can only hold a mask but for so long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is really.
A really weird world right now.
And I really hate the light that is being shed on maintenance men lately, or
Yeah.
the light that they're turning on themselves, because there legit are so many like decent people that just have these service jobs, and now it's like
Yeah.
you freak out at the thought of a maintenance man.
Of a
Like, oh my
maintenance
God,
man. Yeah.
what's his story? What has he
Yeah,
done? How many
yeah.
years did you do?
Right.
Right. But this tragedy sheds light on Tennessee's safe haven law, which is a safe and legal alternative where parents can surrender their baby to any hospital or police or fire precinct with no questions asked. There is something similar to that in Florida. I know that it's not disclosed, but I would like to know like how many people actually are taking advantage
Of taking
And dropping their kids off
because
there?
I have never knew of nobody who dropped their kid off to a fire station. I always heard that, but I never like knew a
Yeah.
person who did it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people also maybe are in fear that it's really not anonymous.
Yeah.
And so I remember a couple years ago, like in Orlando, we were hearing about babies, behind buildings and in
Yeah.
dumpsters and things like that.
that's so
So
sad.
yeah, I wish they did a little bit more. Maybe publicity around like, really safe haven. Because I remember when it first came up years ago, they were talking about it all the time. And I feel like now it's kind of died down. So people really need to know that that is an option.
Yeah.
especially since they can't have, abortions, which I really don't agree with anyways. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's so sad, and especially for these young women that really think they're in a relationship. Like you're 13.
What a grown man.
45.
Be so for real.
Where was the
Manipulated.
parents?
I
'Cause I
wonder
would,
what her parents are saying right now.
Yeah, because if this was, oftentimes parents know, and sometimes parents are paid off, but that's a different story for a different day.
Really?
But thank y'all for.
No, go.
I didn't say all parents.
You can't put that
I
out there.
don't say
and
all
leave us
parents.
hanging now.
I literally work in this field, so I
Yeah.
work with trafficked children. I work with this, and I can tell you more times than not, the parents are very much aware of what's going on. So a lot
Like
of
Aaliyah's
times
parents with R. Kelly.
they don't.
They was paid
They-
off and they know about
God
it.
rest her soul. Don't speak ill of the dead, Lord.
God rest her soul, but her parents knew what they was doing.
So a lot of them know they're scared because you got, especially within in black communities, it's that uncle did something, cousin did something, you just
Yeah.
don't speak about it. So you just have those kind of things like that. Girl, don't say nothing. You out there fast anyway.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
type of things like
No,
that.
that is facts though.
So-
That actually happens a lot. That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, but the responsibility at the end of the day still falls on the adult, even though it's so common now with TikTok and, mothers wanting to be their kids' friends. Like, I be seeing some of these little girls and I'm like, baby, I don't know who the mama is.
Yeah.
Like,
You won't know.
done.
I'm
Everybody
telling
look
you.
the same age. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then these moms take pride in how you look a mess and your daughter got on a crop top 13 with a belly ring and
have
but
to
anyways,
go.
Lord, listen, we have to take a short commercial break. Stay tuned. After this, we will have unpopular opinion. Don't go nowhere. This is POV.
What's up, family? Thank you so much for tuning in at home and on social media. Y'all know I got a question of the day for y'all and for y'all sitting at the table. So, what is a job that you would never do, but you commend people for doing it?
I would say a custodian.
Okay.
I can't deal with the whole bathroom thing. Knowing a lot of people that have been in there, I can't. I just can't see
Okay.
myself doing it.
Okay. Okay. No
The
public
thought of
restroom.
that made my throat close up a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm right there with you.
Okay.
For me, I would say CNA. And, when I was 18, I tried it real quick.
Yeah.
And it was not for me, honey. I can. God bless the people that have the heart to do it, because somebody got to do it, right?
Somebody
These
gotta
people
do it,
need
yeah.
someone to help take care of them and, do the unthinkable, baby. But it
I'm
won't
there
be me.
too. I'm there too. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm so happy and grateful for the people that can wipe people's butts, but I cannot wipe nobody's butt but my own and my child.
You know what's so crazy though? Like my grandmother, she came to this country from Jamaica, and so she started working for like $1, an hour as a CNA for years. And
Oh
so
my God.
as we were growing up, like it's either you needed to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a
Correct.
CNA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no one is wiping nobody's butt.
Yeah.
You like, baby, I'm doing
Nobody
hair.
wants to be a CNA now, girl. Everybody wants to be an influencer.
But
Yeah.
I thank God for the old school CNAs, because these new, we see what the
They
young,
twerking on people's heads, okay? You got your grandpa out there trying to get his medication, and you got his nurse twerking on heads. But although we didn't hear from Willie,
Waste management.
okay, waste management.
So you don't want to take out
Okay.
the trash.
No, I take up my
Okay.
own trash. There she go. I can't.
okay, well,
Move
listen,
it
y'all.
right along.
If there's a job that you would never do, but you commend people for doing, drop it down in our comments. We'll be right back to POV right now.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are back with more discussion. Let's get into mind, body, and soul. So we came across this interesting study. According to research from the UK, it takes men an average of 43 years to reach full maturity, while women hit their peak at around 32. What do you think about this? You think is true to this research? How do we feel? Why these men can't catch up?
Willie, don't look at me.
What
Go ahead and
the-
get it started.
Listen,
Will it please? And don't tell the
Listen.
truth.
Keep it
And
G.
don't
Keep
tell
it
the
G.
truth.
listen. Anytime research is done, it's only done by a pool of people. I wasn't researching this. I think that I'm mature to be 37 years old. But I would say that some of the women who are 32 don't mean that they're mature, because we still got people like Cardi B and all them that's out there.
Now, what Cardi B got to do with this?
So, I mean, if you talking about the level of maturity, come on now. You still out there that grown. But she did. She tried to calm down. She said that she was too old to be out there and want her children to see those things. But nonetheless, WAP is something that I don't want my kids.
It's a thing of the past.
I think he's about to start singing it.
Look,
she thought she get rid of.
That's a song. That's a song.
See,
That's a
what
song
the
of
mind,
her
where the
past.
mind is.
She hasn't made a song like WAP in a very long time. Let's be clear. She has grown, as has Meg Thee Stallion, if we're going to go down the artist route. But if we're talking about degular women.
Not regular degular.
Well, what's the other one with the
Yeah.
red hair? What's the one that be singing with Drake and
Nicki
hands on your
Minaj?
knees
She's
and
talking
all
about
that?
Sexy Red.
Oh.
He talking about
Now, what
Red.
happened with her? She got kicked out of Miami out there with everybody working in the street.
You know what? I think you actually have a point. City Boys up 500.
So
Don't you ever say that again in your life. Don't you ever say that again.
No, but to be fair, for real, I feel like what we see around. Of course, we always see a lot of more mature women than men. But
I
I feel like
it's that old anyway. If we talking about Sexy Red, but I'm talking about the CNAs of the world. Like there are women who are intelligent in different departments than men.
But you know what? On the other end of the spectrum, I have to just keep it real. Just taking inventory on the men that I know in my life.
Yeah.
I would have to say that they giving us a run for our money.
They are.
I used to be, when we in elementary school, the boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider.
Right.
And girls go to
I'm
Mars
done.
to get more massage. Right?
Massage. I ain't never heard that one.
That's what we used to say
I
on the
heard that
playground.
one.
That's what we used to say on the playground. But I feel like now the guys that I would, think about, they be putting a lot of these women to shame. I'm not gonna hold
that's
you.
for real. That's facts. I really see a lot of mature men.
I think this is a projection
Wow.
of the Gen Z and the alphas and betas that's coming up, because I think they are going to be the ones that's going to take till 43 to get mature. But I don't think I'm a millennial. I think we're doing all right.
Do you think it has a lot to do with how people was raised though?
I do. A lot of them have they have no respect, because their parents were kids when they had them, and so they end up being a product of their parents. I know y'all saying that I raised children, so I can tell you that a lot of it is the parents have influenced them in such a way that when you see them, they the product of their parents.
I agree, but I also want to say that every day everybody has choices.
Yeah.
Every single day you can make a choice of whether you want to be a product of what you come from or if you want to be better than that. So I do agree it does have something to do with the parenting, but also as you grow and you get older and you learn right from wrong, this is probably wrong. I probably shouldn't do this.
Facts.
Like you learn, as you grow up and you learn to make your own decisions. So I do think it's like 50-50. It's half how you grew up
I agree
and
with
half you making your own decisions.
Yeah, it takes a village. But we go back to Proverbs, yes, amen. And it said train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he shall not depart. But the training has to come from somewhere.
Right, that's where I'm at with it. So whereas Junie is 50-50, I'm gonna say it's about a 33.4.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it has a lot to do with your choices, has a lot to do with your upbringing. But even when you want to make the right choice or you realize that you're wrong, if you do not have the decision, if you don't have that information, you can't make the right decision. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at the end of the day, it still comes down to if you're at a loss because you don't have the information, now you got to make up that time to do the study on your own, which most people are not doing, especially with the music they listen to now. Yeah. So as far as Gen Z, baby, I'm going back to this music and the twerking and the
why do we keep on reverting
and
back to the entertainment
because
industry?
the entertainment has such a major impact on not just the present but the future.
But people can make choices.
With bad information, what kind of choices you gonna make?
People go to church every Sunday and they leave church. And I'm gonna say it. I know that I'm right. People go to church every Sunday, and when they leave church, March, they turning on Gunna, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. As soon as they leave the parking lot, I hear the music in the parking lot. When
But-
people are leaving, they blasting every
But
single
that has
Thug
nothing.
L song
That
they
has
have ever
nothing
heard.
to do with it. What that has to do with?
You just said it's
no,
the music.
no. But what I'm saying is, it's not about that. It's about the heart posture of the people that are doing it. Because now, when we talk about church, we tend to talk about Christianity.
Right.
And one thing that's been striking me lately is I'm a Christian, but I feel like Christianity is so under-respected, even by Christians, because we feel like we can do whatever and regard God however, and just say that we're a Christian. Whereas other religions, there's certain protocols that they have to do, and I want to see us walk it out right, like 2025 moving forward. I'm tired of all this bad Christian stuff, and even though a lot of us have been a bad example, like it's giving
Yeah.
Christians a bad name, and I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then,
Okay, but now it's time.
say that then.
I was gonna take it somewhere, but I don't know if we got time. Go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
Now it's time for our final segment of the day. One of my favorites, unpopular opinion. So since we're on the topic of church, a pastor by the name of Carlton Lynch has introduced a new trend he's calling inconvenience boycott. So picture this. You walk into a store that has pulled back DEI, fill your cart up with about $2,000 worth of stuff, have the cashier scan it all, and then just before you pay, you tell them, I don't want none of it, and walk out.
I'm here for it. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about doing it today before I came to work.
I'm not here for it. That is so childish and lame. And if I was that
Wow.
person ringing it up, like, what if she was having a bad day? She has nothing to do with the
about to
decisions
see.
of that.
We're about to see. Take a look at this clip.
Ooh. How much is it again?
2632 on
2632. Have you heard of DEI?
not that I know of.
You haven't? Okay. Part of the reason why I'm not going to purchase this because of how she treated me and your staff since I've been here. And so I'm just going to leave. Let her help you take it all back. I'm done. So yeah, I didn't buy anything here at Target. And see, that's what we got to get our activists to know, that we can do boycott, but you got to add inconvenience to it.
Ree, where you was at? Come back with it, please.
That is so aggravating, because what if she was having a bad day? You see, the girl don't even know what he was talking about. And then you made her ring up all that stuff. You're holding up the line. You're making everybody else inconvenienced. Like, why would you do all of that?
Because it's called inconvenience boycotting.
No. I am shaking. I'm shaking. And for me, it goes back to what you were just saying, Junie. I feel like I can't speak on a man. I don't want to bear false witness against anybody. But I highly doubt that God told him to do this. I highly doubt. That's tacky.
That's very tacky.
Because at the end of the day, he's representing God. He's saying he's a pastor.
Right.
And you lead the people with knowledge and truth.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how can you get before your congregation and tell them to uphold the laws of the
Pettiness.
word of God, and then you out here having people do
He
this?
told y'all what he was gonna do. See, y'all don't listen. He told y'all exactly what he was gonna go in there and do. He said that he was inventing inconvenience boycotting.
Correct.
He is inconveniencing Target, the workers, the person who ever disrespected him when he was there and making him feel however they made him feel while he was shopping. And he told y'all what he was gonna do.
That still don't make it
not-
right.
I'm not saying that he is politically right or
Let
whatever
me
y'all
say
want
this,
to
Joey.
say.
So what he should have done, if he really wants to teach a lesson, is he should have got before his congregation as a black man pastor and stood up and taught them economic stability, how to do things for themselves, how to open up a business, how to buy land, how to buy houses, how to go cars. Because I guarantee you, a majority of those people in there probably don't have two nickels to rub together to go out there to have people do that. So anybody can go online and print out a certificate to be a pastor in 2025. And so it's time for people to start upholding the rules of what you applied for as a person of the cloth.
Right.
That's what the problem is. Teach your church how to do it the right way. Now you're gonna have everybody else up in there
Well, if
still.
they don't have
Being
two
ignorant.
nickels to rub together, they're not about to go buy a house. But what they can do
That's
is
why he teaches the
inconvenience
principle.
boycotting. They can do that. They can go to Target and they can fill up a cart for free and then walk out of there without spending a penny.
So now what I don't want.
Funny. I think it's so funny, Junie, though, because now you're in favor of the inconvenience boycott conveniently. But you just was talking about bad Christian principle. This is bad Christian right here.
I was just, what I was gonna say is Christians are the most judgmental religion, but
That's
you didn't let
a
me
lot.
get to that before.
That's a stop.
I hate when you say
I hate when they
It
say
is.
that.
Look at y'all. Look at y'all.
That's a
Look at y'all.
conversation for
Look at
another
y'all.
day.
People,
That's
you know what,
itching right now.
To
Look
me,
at y'all.
people say that Christians are the most judgmental because they want to live their lives however they want and they don't want no accountability. So that accountability is what people say,
I
oh,
don't
Christians are
believe that.
judging me. But you need to judge yourself.
I
That's
don't
what it
believe
is.
that. I do believe. I actually do really believe that Christians are the most judgmental religion. Though.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. We'll
that
talk
is
about
my
that.
belief. You
Y'all-
can't tell me my point of view.
Y'all bring me back so we can have this discussion.
Yeah,
y'all
me
back
too,
me up.
me too, baby, because I'm going to be ready with my boxing gloves on in the name of the Lord. But before we wrap up today's show, in honor of Black History Month, we'd like to wish a happy heavenly birthday to Trayvon Martin, who was born today, February 5th, 1995. Tragically, he was taken from us on February 26, 2012, at just 17 years old. He would have been 30 years old today, y'all.
That is really sad, and
Wow.
time is flying. Happy birthday to him.
Happy dirty 30.
No,
Exactly.
for real. Do your big one. On that note, thank you for tuning in. You can watch Point of View right here weekdays only on Afro TV.
Baby, you gonna be gone. Okay. You ain't gonna be over here no more.